Good evening. There's a famous rule of gardening that I heard once, and I've stuck to it ever since, which is that you should always plant things in threes. It's a great rule. I recently planted 3 peonies together, and they look amazing. It's just wonderful to see 3 at once, all pale and drooping, with those magnificent giant heads. Let's meet the teams. On my right, Jade Harvey, a medical student whose favourite organ is the lungs. Padraig Sheehy, who's studying for a Masters in Maths and once ate 2% of his body weight in chocolate. And their captain, Molly O'Gorman, an English teacher who knows all the sheep featured in the Netflix series Bridgerton personally. United by a devotion to puzzling, they are the Cryptics. Molly, what are the main differences between a TV quiz and a pub quiz?
Crucially, TV quiz, you get the questions one at a time, whereas the pub quiz, you get them all in a row. So
I'm glad you said that. I was worried you were going to say it's because nobody's drinking and you'd be wrong. Good luck this evening. You are playing on my left. Jonathan Taylor, a retired civil servant who's been in a meeting that lasted 31 hours. Joshua Matteo, a senior analyst with the NHS whose underpants were stolen by a Balinese monkey. And their captain, Jonathan Williams, a musician who travelled more than 10,000 miles in a bus with a Welsh male voice choir. United by the owl that is the emblem of Birkbeck University of London, they are the Strigiformes. Jonathan, what would fare better in a pub quiz, an owl or a badger?
I would say, I would probably have to say a badger.
I'm with you, because owls are sort of wise, aren't they? But
Exactly.
the badger has the knowledge.
Off the mark.
Or a weasel, because it might have cheated.
Totally.
Thank you two for coming along. You've already won something, the toss, so you'll be playing first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
We'll have the lion, please.
OK, lion. It's the music question. Well chosen. You'll be hearing some clues. What do they have in common? Here's the first.
If this is the kind of love that my mom used to warn me about, man, I'm in trouble. I'm in real big
Next, please.
trouble.
That's totally atrium, isn't it? Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania 65000. Yeah. Yeah, all states. Next, please. Hotline Bling. Sorry, Hotline Bling. Hotline by Drake. Is that so close, maybe? Sorry. Close. Hotline.
Pennsylvania 65000.
That's a Drake, isn't it? Close.
Yeah. I don't think it's that.
Next, please.
2 seconds.
Yes, that's telephone. So it's telephone.
Phone numbers. Telephones.
Phone numbers, telephones, that is the connection. Very well done. What did we hear?
So the second one was Pennsylvania 65000.
And then the third one was Hotline Bling.
Yep.
And the fourth was hanging on the telephone.
Do you know what I'd love to say? I hope it's all right to make a personal remark. There's an age range in your team that I particularly enjoy there. Not to say you're the era of Pennsylvania 65000, let me clarify. That's the good thing about a range. And the first one, Wycliffe Jean 911. Well done for a point. Cryptics, what would you like?
can we have the 2 reads, please?
2 reads. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Keep going.
OK, next, please. That's a Ridley Scott movie.
Yeah.
They go off a cliff at the end. That might be relevant. OK, next, please. It's a band.
It's to fall. No, it's a duel, like 2 people. I don't know.
No, it's not a sequence, though.
No, I don't know.
Should we go for the last
Yeah.
one already? OK, next, please. Oh, so they nearly go off a cliff at the end of the
Yeah.
Italian job, so it is going off
okay.
cliffs.
All right.
Going off a cliff in a car, maybe.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
These,
Sorry, guys.
these all end with a vehicle going over a cliff. I've decided, certainly with the 3 at the end, Thelma and Louise, Quadrophenia and the Italian Job, if you were going to watch it, you'd have watched it, right? I mean, I've never seen The Italian Job, but I haven't got to this point in life without knowing what happens at the end, and I don't really mind. The exception is Duel, which a lot of people haven't seen. It's an incredibly tense Spielberg thing. But all that happens for 2 hours, however long it's on, is that a car is followed by a truck. I showed it to my parents-in-law. Now, I thought we'd watch this film. It's great, it's sort of intense, sinister film. There's a particularly sinister, silent bit where you think that he's shaken off the truck and he's driving along, and then the truck comes out of a side road. And my mother-in-law went, "Oh, he's back." It kind of punctured the tension there. Very well done. That's a point to you two. Back to the Strigiformes. What would you like?
We'll have the Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
I don't know what that is. He's possibly some old sportsman or something, but I don't know.
Next, please.
So that's Fraser's brother.
Fraser's brother.
Okay.
Married to someone who doesn't appear.
Yeah. Try the next one.
Next, please. Oh, so it's wives who don't appear in things.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Do we want another one?
Yeah, that's it. Go for it.
Yeah. Married to characters that never appear.
That is exactly right. They all have off-screen wives. Who do you think would have been at clue 4?
I'm sure there are thousands.
The question setters have gone with Captain Mannering.
Oh,
We never see
yeah,
his
yeah.
wife. What are the programmes in which these characters appear?
Dad's Army is the last one. Minder.
Yeah.
Frasier. And then the first one...
Don't know.
Don't know the first one.
That was Heartbeat.
Oh.
And there was Mrs. Ventress was referred to, but you never saw her.
Okay.
Well done for 2 points. Cryptics, what would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
Twisted Flax. These are going to be picture clues. What would you expect to see in the 4th picture? Here's the first.
Okay.
Island.
No, what is it?
Three
August
and nine.
They rhyming numbers.
Okay. These numbers rhyme in the language of the flag.
Yeah, I mean, that's amazing. I've realised, even as it comes up, that perhaps you speak Gaelic. Do
We
you
both speak Irish.
I mean, that's yes. I realise you do have a natural advantage. Would you have got that?
No.
I mean, that is absolutely brilliant for the first 5-pointer of the series. Very well done. I'll give you a little round of applause. I can tell you that the next flag would have been German.
So 2 and 3.
Zwei,
So 2
zwei.
and 3.
Then we would have seen the French flag,
So 6 and 10.
Six and dix. And then we would have seen the Union flag,
7 and 11.
7 and 11. Exactly right.
That's the hardest one, apparently.
As it is, help me out with what we did see.
A tree, August and E.
Yeah.
I mean, lovely.
In one form of the 3 numbering systems that the language has.
I mean,
The most common one, admittedly.
congratulations for that 5-pointer. Back to you, Strigiformes. Let's hope it's an owl question next. What would you like?
The water, please.
The water. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Alsace.
We'll need at least one.
Yeah. Next, please. So... Gosh. Any ideas?
No.
Next, please.
What was 6? I don't know.
Next, please. Oh. Oh, for goodness sake.
Being the
2 seconds.
They all receive medals for bravery.
That's not it. Cryptics, do you want to have a go for a bonus point?
Do they all have medals named after them?
They don't. And for a bonus, I would need something more specific. We are in the world of the bravery medal, but it's about crosses. Those last 2, they refer to the George Cross and the Maltese Cross. The first one's the Cross of Lorraine, and it's associated with the Knights Templar and the Freemasons. And Eleanor of Castile was the wife of Edward I, and there are Eleanor crosses. They were put at the places that her body rested overnight on the way to its burial place. So no bonus cryptics, but you may have the last question of the round. The Horned Viper. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Oh, that's ptosis. That's a cranial nerve 3
Why do you spell
palsy.
it? That sounds like a spelling issue.
Do you think of it? It's called PTO.
Okay, keep going.
Okay,
Don't see
next,
the
please.
one.
That's ptarmigan, so these
Yeah,
are words
all
that begin
begin
PT.
with TT.
We think these are all words that begin PT.
They absolutely do. Very well done. Let's bring up all the clues and see if you can tell me what the words are.
So we've got ptosis, you knew that, Jade. She's a medic. Ptarmigan, we think, which might be pronounced silent P, we think.
I mean, I would say ptosis without the P as well, but I'm fairly relaxed about it. It's not like they're very common words.
And then presumably Ptolemy and pterodactyls.
That's right, not the Ptolemy that people might be thinking of, a different Ptolemy. And, well, actually, pterosaur. See, it's interesting. People tend to say pterodactyls, meaning any kind of flying lizard, but a pterodactyl is a type of pterosaur. And I've actually been given a card, lest I make a mistake or I've been given a card that points out, although pterosaurs lived among the dinosaurs and became extinct around the same time, they were not dinosaurs. Rather, pterosaurs were flying reptiles, which is a distinction I find extremely annoying. They basically are dinosaurs. That means at the end of round 1, the Strigiformes have 3 points, the Cryptics have 9. Time for the sequences round now. What comes fourth in a sequence? And Strigiformes will be going first again. What would you like?
We'll have the Horned Viper, please.
OK, you'll be seeing the first in a series of clues. What might come forth? Time starts now.
Inner temple
So,
and
inner temple,
middle
outer
temple.
Middle.
Yeah. But let's try
Next, please.
Oh,
5
I'm trying to get the last thing of this.
points. Is it to do with points? Next, please. Benny, Bjorn, Agneta, and Anna Fried.
I don't see it.
There's one, 5.
3 seconds.
1 second.
We'll say a badger.
Tell me more about the badger.
A badger with a stripe down its back.
I haven't heard what I need to hear. Cryptics, there's a chance of a bonus point.
We will guess 2 Inns of Court again. The classic.
The classic. If you don't know, try the first clue. No. Do you know how many Inns of Court there are?
4, I think.
There are 4.
Yeah.
So that's half of them. How many red snooker balls are there?
Yeah, very good.
15. So 5 would be a third. One member of ABBA would be a quarter. So had you said a badger from a family of 5, I would have accepted it. I need something that represents a fifth. Our question editors have gone for 2 Mahler symphonies, but being the sort of people who thinks it matters that you point out the distinction between a pterosaur and a pterodactyl, or a pterosaur and a dinosaur, you've also said 1.8, because some people think there are 9 Mahler symphonies, and then it would be 1.8 rather than 2 if there were 10, and then it would be a fifth. No points there, and I like you all the more for it, if you don't mind my saying. What would you like for yourselves?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. This is going to be a picture sequence. What would you expect to see in the 4th picture? Here's the first.
Do you know who that is? Nope. Next,
don't know.
please. That's
Mr. Tall.
Is that Mr. Tall?
That's Mr. Tall.
Okay. Next, please. That's Ariana Grande. It's the largest Starbucks cup. What is that?
Venti.
Venti.
So,
Venti?
Italian. Oh, it's going to be a picture of.
Wind, is it?
No. I don't know.
Venti.
I guess I just say a picture of Venti. But,
But it is going that way. It's not going down.
Well, if it's Mr. Tall.
Yeah,
Grande.
Tall Grande, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not sure what the picture would be of, but we know what it's supposed to be. We think it's something that would be described by the word venti.
Yes, but Podrick, you had a suggestion which can be represented pictorially. I heard you saying to each other earlier, an Italian 20. So we've got an Italian flag with 20 written on it, representing Venti, because they are sizes of Starbucks coffee going upwards to a sort of huge bucket of it.
The Italian.
And who's that at clue 1?
Claire Short.
It's Claire Short, going back from the coffee. Strigiformes, what would you like?
We'll have the lion, please.
Lion. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
So, someone who sets the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, please. She was a cook.
Yeah.
Cook, chef.
Yeah, but I don't see. Don't see what the sequence is.
No. Next, please. Goes second.
So the first thing goes first out of 4.
First of 4, first of 3, first of 2.
First.
Last one.
2 seconds.
Something that goes last out of 3 people.
Not it, I'm afraid. Cryptics, want to have a go for a bonus point?
We want to suggest our opponents tonight as a possible conclusion to the sequence.
I've drunk far too much to remember how the programme started. Be more specific, please.
Anybody who goes first.
It's about going first. You're so unlucky. And you were tipped off by chess, where black goes second, but we're going to first. So declare it in bridge. You don't play bridge?
Yeah, because
They go fourth. So there's the person who's won the contract.
Yeah.
So the card comes from here. The dummy comes in front of Declarer, and Declarer acts last. Mrs. White, in Cluedo, it used to be that Miss Scarlett started, and then play went clockwise, so she was third, and then chess second, as you knew. So somebody who goes first. We went whoever draws closer to the letter A was our suggestion, but your opponents are quite properly so steeped in quiz. They could only... Your whole frame of reference is what's happened so far this evening, and it would be your opponents. Well done. So you get that bonus, and what question would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
Twisted Flax. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
So they were the
Are they SARS?
no
SARS.
SARS, but also there was the family name. I can't remember. Okay, next please.
A chili? Habanero?
Halibut.
Halibut.
We have
Keep
another one.
going.
Yep. Next please.
I have no idea who that is.
What is it in Anastasia? Oh man, it's gonna destroy us. Okay. Do we do countries? Do we do something that's like Brazil, right? Going,
Yeah.
Yeah?
Dry
2
season.
seconds.
host of the 2016 Summer Olympics.
Not it, I'm afraid. A chance for bonus for you now, Strigiformes.
We're going to say the Italian way of naming their capital.
That is a correct answer. Well done. What's happening here?
So we're taking letters away one by one. So we've got Romanov, Romano,
Romanov, yes.
Roman and
Tsars,
Roma.
you mentioned Anastasia, the family name was Romanov.
Romano, Pepper,
Romano Pepper.
Roman in succession.
Roman Roy is the third child, so
Roma.
something representing Roma. So it might relate to the Romany people, or that is how the Italians would say Rome. Very well done. So you get that bonus and your own turn. What would you like?
Eye of Horus, please.
Eye of Horus. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Yeah, is that the new national anthem of South Africa? Is it? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Next, please.
I wonder if these are successive South African anthems.
Anthems. So,
So in Kosi Sikalele, Africa.
Kasusi, you might just say it. Do you want another one? Next, please.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's successive. So it's South Africa. It's successive names for the country.
Oh, yeah.
South Africa.
Is the right answer. And why?
So they're successive names for that particular country.
It's not that they're successive names.
Okay.
It is all South Africa, but it is the name spoken in different languages in that country in order of the most spoken. So that first language, Zulu, spoken by about maybe 11 or 12 million people. The next language, does anyone know how to pronounce this language?
Oza.
Lovely, nice clicking, well done. And then the third language,
Dutch.
yeah, Afrikaans, Dutch
sorry.
Afrikaans. And then English is the fourth most spoken language in South Africa. Maybe just under 5 million people would speak that. Cryptics, one question remains. Water question. What would be forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay, we've got to keep going. Next, please.
It's not population.
No.
No, but they're going to be numbers are going to be specific because they're not in order. Is it
It's not
stupid?
size. I
Next,
don't know.
okay.
You could go.
Where do you think?
Keep going.
Yeah, next, please.
Oh.
Oh, that's odd.
It can't be the medals table for something.
No.
No.
Because they can't be third, surely. There's not
It's not the third
sequence, though.
letter of the country, for example. No.
2 seconds.
Was it?
Ireland, 13th.
Ireland 13th.
And why would that be?
We have no idea.
Not a sequence, I'm afraid. Strigiformes, do you know?
We're going to say USA equals second.
Not it, but what do you think it is?
No idea either.
I heard you saying to each other, it can't be medals tables, can it? I'm afraid it can.
Sorry.
So, we are talking about the Olympics going backwards from Tokyo 2020 or 21, depending how you look at it. And it is where the host nation finished. So Japan was third, Brazil 13th at the previous Olympics, UK an amazing third place in 2012. So 2008 in Beijing, China was first. China finished top of the table. That means at the end of round 2, the Strigiformes have 6 points, the Cryptics have 12. Time now for the connecting wall. And Cryptics, you'll be going first this time. So please choose lion or water.
Can we have the water wall, please, Victoria?
You can. 2.5 minutes to solve the water wall, starting now.
Okay, let's see. Atari is a games company, isn't it? You guys like your
Well,
games.
Atari is just a console.
Okay, right, okay.
Old Deuteronomy, we've got,
It's
we've
from
got
cats.
yeah.
Crucially, Victoria is a cat in Cats.
Yes.
I don't think any of the others are, though.
Oh, no, it's Judy Gant characters. Old
Yes,
Deuteronomy,
M as
Oh, very good.
Titania,
presumably
probably,
from Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Which? No.
Victoria, feasibly,
Yeah.
the Queen.
Oh yeah, Victoria and Abdul. That was her movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
well done.
Egyptian for
Yeah.
thingy.
Damon, that's Northern Lights, right? That's the
Yes.
animal companion in Northern Lights.
Are these not Liberian, Egyptian?
Yes, that's what I was
yes.
thinking.
What else is there?
Check and tie. So Zek
You
and
would know,
High.
yeah. Brilliant. Oh, and there's
Oh,
another
there's
one.
another one. Okay.
It's like all those
Atari?
maybe.
Let's try get another group, maybe.
Okay.
Panzer Bjorn, I don't really know what that is unless it's containing
Aren't angels and
members
demons
of
sort
ABBA.
of your thing?
Joan Sutherland is kind of the obvious person there, but I don't know if there are any other Joans.
Sutherland, Panzer Bjorn, Livingston, and Iguazu look like names. Right? So
no,
some
they're not,
combination
though.
of them will be names together.
I'm going to start doing the whatchamacallits,
Yeah,
the
it definitely is that
nationalities,
Egyptian.
because that is it. I don't,
Yeah, it's just knowing what the other one is.
yeah.
Iberian might be something else. I don't know.
Angel,
Angel.
demon, witch, and
Panzer Bjorn, maybe? Is that
yeah,
could be a Scandi
or
thing?
try Atari maybe. Iguazu. It'd be helpful to get one more group.
Is it
Oh,
Dr.
is it
Livingston?
like maybe Switch? No. I think we can definitely try and get some of the like groups when they come up. But
Yeah,
Yes,
okay, there we go. That's
amazing.
the one.
Perfect.
Goodness, goodness.
3 lives now.
Just
just
go.
try some.
And 10
Sutherland,
seconds.
Livingston.
No,
Okay, 4 on the top maybe.
no, they're never like that.
no.
That's it. Your lives are out. The wall has frozen. But you found 2 groups. Tell me about the first group, Victoria, M, and so on.
Those are all characters played by Judi Dench on film.
Yes, they are. And the next group, starting Zek.
So if you add a letter to the beginning, you get a nationality.
That's right, Qatari evaded you for a long time there, Qatari. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There we go. Panzer Björn, demon, Egyptian witch.
So these are presumably all kind of slightly demonic characters from folklore in different places.
I need to hear something
Northern
specific.
Lights. Surely.
Northern Lights.
All in the Northern Lights book by Philip Pullman, or the His Dark Material series. And the next group, Sutherland, Angel, Livingston, and so on.
Are these all people with the first name of Joan?
No, but I love you for saying Joan Sutherland is the obvious one, not Donald. I mean, I salute that. Unfortunately, in this case, it's not Jones, it's Falls. Iguazu Falls, Angel
that's why
Falls,
Victoria's
Livingston Falls, and then Victoria was our, yeah.
and so on. So you found 2 groups, and you've given me 3 connections. That is a total of 5 points. Let's bring in their opponents now, give them the other wall, the lion wall, and see how they get on. 2.5 minutes for you to solve this, starting now.
So Connery, Penn, Bean,
Pertwee,
Tyler,
Aston,
Sean, Connery, Sean, Penn, Sean. There's another Sean. There's another Sean. Sean
Penn,
Pertwee.
Sean Bean,
Sean
Sean
Bean.
Pertwee,
Sean
okay.
Pertwee. There'll be another Sean somewhere.
Sean Hayes, Connery, Penn, Pertwee,
Bean.
Sean Bean. So there are 6 on there.
Yeah. Let's just see what else there is.
Farthing.
Farthing. Well done. So old coins, if you had a letter.
Yeah, maybe. Penny, top right.
Penny and
Pound, top left.
well done. Very good. Okay. So Sean's.
Sean
Connery,
Connery, Sean Bean.
Sean Pertwee, Sean Hayes. Is there another one? Sean Aston? Is that a
Sean Noble.
Sean?
Imran Khan.
Must be Sean Tyler.
I don't really understand what
Sean
Scum
Bean.
is doing there.
Okay. Oswald Mosley. Oswald. Oh, begin with a. Starts with a chemical element symbol. You know, osmium.
No. Let's try these Sean's again. Sean Connery, Sean Bean. We know
Yeah,
they're
same
Sean's.
to
We
be
know
Sean Pertwee.
Oswald.
Sean. Oswald. No. Sean. Tyler. No.
Ham.
Sean Hayes.
I know,
No.
maybe
30
I'm
seconds.
completely barking up the wrong tree here, but I mean it's
Aston.
Khan, Wind, Hayes, Noble. Oh goodness.
Crikey. Noble gases. Noble. Ignoble.
No, but Noble's up there, so it's not. It's
Hayes. And
10 seconds.
yeah.
That's it. Time's up and the wall has frozen. What a horrible wall. Well done for finding a group. So tell me what connects pond, pen, and so on.
so if you add a letter, you get an old coin.
yes, a range of coins: pound, penny, crown, farthing. Well done. And you can get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There we go. Oswald, Tyler, Khan, Noble.
Fashion designers?
No, they are companions from Doctor Who.
Oh.
Clara Oswald, Donna Noble, Rose Tyler,
Yeah.
Yasmin Khan.
Yeah.
And the next group, Connery, Aston, Pertwee, Hayes.
They are the Shawns.
They are the Shawns.
possible other combination.
Sean Aston, you didn't know, he's in Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Those are the Shawns. And the last group, Bean, Hand, Wind, Scum.
Bags.
They are all bags. You've spotted it now. The wall is solved.
Yeah.
So you found one group and you gave me 3 connections. That's a total of 4 points. Let's see what that does to the overall scores. The Strigiformes have 10 points. The Cryptics have 17. You knew the Doctor Who companions, didn't you? You knew them. And the waterfalls. You knew those. Why not come on the next series? Go to the website bbc.co.uk/onlyconnect to find out how to apply. It's time for the Missing Vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. Be careful. I will take points away this time for wrong answers. I can tell you that the first group of disguised clues are all former building societies. Strigiformes.
Abbey National.
Correct. Strigiformes.
Bradford and Bingley.
Correct. Strigiformes.
Northern Rock.
Yes, it is. Strigiformes.
Cheltenham and Gloucester.
It's like you're experts in building societies. Next category, bears and their voices. Cryptics.
Paddington and Ben Whishaw.
Yes, it is. Strigiformes.
Panda and Jack.
No, I'm afraid that's not right. Cryptics, do you know?
Pooh and Jack Black.
I don't think I can take that. You don't lose a point, but Poe is the character and Jack Black.
He said poo.
Next clue. Strigiformes?
Baloo and Phil Harris.
Yes, it is. Don't know this one. Super Ted and Derek Griffiths. Next category, they were all invented by dentists. Strigiformes?
Candy floss.
I can wonder why. Strigiformes?
Electric chair.
Correct. Tricky one, this. Wooden golf tee. Next clue. There will be no more clues because it's the end of the round. And looking at the final scores, the winners with 18 points and straight through to the next round are the Cryptics. Very well done. Strigiformes, it was actually a great round 4 for you. You finish on 16. It was a great catch-up with the building society. It's not quite enough. You will have to win another match to get through to the next round. But thank you all very much for playing. And thank you for watching. Do join us again next week. Or if you can't wait that long, why not flick over to BBC 3 for our companion show, Only Connectstra, hosted by Aliash Skoyanek, where a panel of guests discuss the week's episode in forensic detail. This week, Aliash is joined by Giles Brandreth, Joan Armour Trading and Cressida Dick. Good night.